The views and opinions of this broadcast do not reflect the views and opinions of Armed Media, New Productions, and its affiliates. Enjoy the show.
People get ready for the train to come. You don't need no baggage, you just need on board. You need everything to hear the diesels hum.
Hello, everybody out there listening to ARM Radio. Welcome to my show, All Aboard. My name is Donald Whisman. This show is being broadcast live from Boston, Massachusetts. I have a couple of special guests actually tonight. Jimmy Bell and Paul Daniels. Hi, you guys say hello to everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Well, that was great. I loved it. Now, you guys are from the East, and like I was talking to Jimmy, I love that Eastern accent. I love accent from the South, and I like your accent. And Jimmy says that I sound like I'm from the South, but I don't hear it.
Yes, you do. You absolutely sound like you're from the South. I was going to ask you about that.
Well, I'm in Ohio, so I don't hear an accent. So you guys, I love to hear the way you guys talk, to be honest with you. I love that accent. But and I also want to thank Joe Rocks for giving me this show so I can come on here every week and tell the people what's going on in our country and around the world. And you guys, as always, I want to send my prayers out to all the men and women serving in our armed services, past and present. Everyone, just please remember that our country is still at war with radical Islam. Just don't forget those guys, because they're out there. Now, you guys know, I don't know if you guys heard that the Senate this past week, this new tax bill. Have you guys heard about that?
Oh yeah, we've been following it.
You've been following it? Well, you guys know. Now, here's the kicker. You know, it did pass, but all these Democrats, there was not one Democrat that voted yes, and there was actually one Republican that voted no. Now, you guys, I want your guys' thoughts on this. These people, these congressmen, these senators that we the people send to Washington to represent us. Now, if you guys happen to be a senator or a congressman, don't you think before you signed a bill that you would go back home, get your butt, go back home, and ask the people that put you there, ask them how you should sign a bill? How do you guys feel about that?
Absolutely, you should always town hall stuff like that because it's really important. I mean, this does affect pretty much every American. So yeah, you should go back to your constituents and ask them about it.
What do you think, Jimmy?
Jimmy there he is. He had to step away for a second.
I wasn't even paying attention to the conversation.
Oh, okay. Well, we answered that question. Me and Paul answered that one, Jimmy. But anyway, we'll move on to the next breaking news, you guys. President Trump, he actually won a big, huge victory Monday. The United States Supreme Court ruled that the third version of his travel ban from these 6 Muslim-majority nations, they can now take full effect. Now, you guys...
That's a victory.
Yeah. It is a victory, but you guys, tell me why. Why does these people fight our president when he's trying to keep our country safe? Can you guys give me your answer? What do you guys think?
Because they're liberal.
Yeah,
they're loony left for a reason, because their reasoning is lunatic.
They're polarized. They don't care about the issue. All they care about is stopping Trump's agenda in any way, shape, or form. It wouldn't matter what he proposed. Because they want him to fail. Because they want him to fail.
They can't stop the economy from booming. You know what I mean? Like Obama stopped himself.
Right.
That's Trump. He's going to have this place booming, and there's nothing they can do about it. That's why they don't want this tax bill, because it's just going to reinforce Trump's supporters.
Exactly.
Know what I mean?
I agree with that 100%. Yeah.
You guys don't you guys want more money in your pockets every week?
Absolutely.
So yeah. I just don't get it, you guys. These liberals, why do they try to fight our country? Do they want the country to fail?
They say that for the working class. This is a break for the working class.
This is why liberals want our country to fail. They believe everyone should be equal, right? And people in Bangladesh do not live as well as we do. So by turning America into a third world country, we're on an equal footing with them. Because everything has to be fair.
Well, like I said, they went from socialist to globalist.
No, it's the same thing.
Right.
Yeah,
it's the same thing. Globalism and socialism is the same thing.
Absolutely. Yes.
It's an elite ruling class. It's an elite ruling class, and then you have the working class, and that's it. Nothing in between.
Well, you guys, I'm very thankful that you guys, like last week, I said that this country is like a corporation now, and we've got a president that is a businessman, and that's what this country needed for a long, long time, you guys.
Yeah, we didn't need a president. We needed a CEO.
Yes, exactly. Thank you, Paul. And you guys, have you guys heard about Kate Steinle, that poor girl that got killed by that illegal alien? Have you heard that story?
Yeah, who I'm cooking you with.
I think I pronounced her name right. I hope I am. Steinle, that's it, Steinle. Well, anyway, she was killed by this guy. He was actually deported from our country 5 times, you guys, and they got him. They found him not guilty of murder, and all they got him for was
possession of a firearm,
possession of a gun, Jimmy.
Yeah,
now,
felon in a with a possession of a gun.
Come on, do you think that's fair, you guys? Come on.
No. First of all, he was a seven-time felon.
Yeah.
In California, you have the 3-strike law. 3 strikes, 3 felonies, you go to jail for life. How did he get 7 and still be walking?
Well, there you go back to the liberal agenda again, correct? I mean...
they only apply it towards citizens, not illegal.
That's right. Laws only apply to people that are here legally.
Right.
That seems to be true. That's a good point. I'm glad you brought that up. But our Department of Justice, Jeff Sessions, now he's not happy with that verdict, you guys. This guy is going to be deported. I mean, he even tweeted that he is not happy with that not guilty verdict. He is pissed.
Well, I said, in sanctuary cities,
he's going to be deported.
San Francisco's going to be sued. They're going to sue that city.
Oh God!
And whatever they get, they deserve.
San Francisco already asked the family to dismiss the suit. They were asking them to well, they got no money. Yeah. San Francisco's broke.
They owe billions.
Yeah. They are so much in debt to the unions and stuff for retirement packages and stuff that they don't have the money for.
Unsustainable fucking unions.
Yep.
I don't think I would want to live out in California, you guys, but there's still a lot of conservatives out there. Don't get me wrong. California is a big state, you guys, but I just don't think I'd want to live there, man. I mean,
not when the illegals poured in and taken over.
California should be divided up into 3 separate states.
Right, give LA its own state.
Right, you know what I mean? Divide it in
San
3.
Diego, the bottom half, the middle half, and the top half.
Take away all that electoral power from California.
Right, all that money coming in, then they'll learn how to...
Because I guarantee you, if you divided it into 3 states, one of them states would vote Republican.
Right.
That's funny, man. I like that. But when they put that border wall up, you guys, they should actually just go ahead and border California off, too. I mean...
Yeah, exactly.
And you guys know the governor of California, his sister is the governor of, I think it's the state of Oregon right now. Did you guys know that?
No, I did not know that. Jerry Brown?
Yeah.
Oh, he is a... What a gift.
The last time I was in California, he was governor. That was in 79 and 80. Well, it was 78 and 79. That's what it was.
You know who else was governor of California, don't you guys, a long time ago?
Ronald Reagan.
Ronald Reagan, you said it, brother.
I've been up to his ranch. I didn't go into it, but I've been up that hill. There was a water tower. Me and my nephew climbed up top.
How'd you like that?
I spray painted a few things. Well, no, it was mountains on one side, ocean on one side, and the valley on the other.
Yeah.
It was really nice view.
Yeah,
I snapped pictures.
Ronald Reagan was also the president of the Screen Actors Guild.
When he was around,
That's when he was a Democrat.
Right.
Well, he was
he used to be a Democratic governor of California.
He was a damn good president.
Yes, I missed the man. I personally miss Ronald Reagan, the good old.
Isn't he the one that said the Democratic Party left him?
I turned 18 in time to vote for him for his second term.
I was old enough then to vote, you guys, or I would have voted for Ronald Reagan. I sure would have, you guys.
I was dead against Ronald Reagan.
How old are you, brother?
I was a liberal back in when he ran.
Yeah.
I voted for Jimmy Carter.
Mr. Jimmy Carter. Didn't he run against Reagan and Ford too? Gerald Ford, yes.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I didn't like Gerald Ford because of Nixon at all, so I like Jimmy Carter and I voted.
Gerald Ford was a good president. He was a good guy.
He seemed like a humble guy. He was
Yes, he was. They teased him so bad.
I was victim of the media. They made Nixon such a villain that I was happy to have him gone.
Well, nobody realizes, right? The most trusted voice, in journalism, Walter Cronkite, was a bleeding hot liberal, and he was spewing it back then.
I didn't realize that, you guys, that Walter Cronkite was a liberal. I didn't realize that.
Oh, God, yeah. He was a bleeding liberal. He was the one that started it all.
Well, I'm only 48. You asked me how old I was, Paul. I'm 48 years old, and I feel like I'm 78. That's what I feel like.
I know that feeling. I'm 61.
I'm 52.
Well, I'm the youngest guy in here. That makes me feel good. Well, you guys, all right, we'll go on to the next story.
Let's do it.
Let's do it, brother. Michael Flynn. I don't know if you guys heard about Trump's. Now, I'm going to underline this word here. Trump's ex-national security advisor. He pleaded guilty to lying to the FBI, you guys. He could go to prison for this. Yep. Now this Flynn guy, he used to be a general. Now last Saturday morning, Trump tweeted out, this is one of Trump's tweets. He said, I had to fire General Flynn because he lied to the vice president and the FBI. He has pled guilty to those lies. And it's a shame because his actions during the transition were lawful. So basically, you guys, he did not have to lie to the FBI because what he was doing, basically, when he was talking to the Russians over there, he wasn't talking about no collusion or nothing like that. All he was talking about was getting the Russians to help us, the United States, fight terrorism. So he didn't have to lie that. He didn't have to do that, you guys.
Yeah. And the funny thing about it is, right, now what he's being prosecuted for is exactly what Trump fired him for.
Oh, right, for lying.
And they're saying Trump's involved with it. He fired the guy for it.
Oh, God, we're going to get into that, Paul. Oh, God, we're going to get into that. About our president and Robert Mueller. That's coming up, okay?
Oh, yes.
We're going to really dig into this one tonight, you guys.
Good.
Well, anyway, I read a report. I was reading this report today, you guys. Under Trump, deportations are up and illegal crossings are down. The Border Patrol arrests have dropped to a 45-year low. And deportation is at an all-time high, you guys.
Yes.
I mean, that's under our president, Donald J. Trump.
Yeah,
yes.
Just his firm talk has discouraged people from crossing that border. And that, I mean, he hasn't even put up the wall and it's already slowing him down.
Oh, yeah, yes. He's a great president. And if people would just stand out of his way and let him do the job that we voted him in to do, this country, I mean, it would be great again. It would even be greater than it ever was, you guys.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you have, out in Ohio where you live, do you have a lot of Spanish people out there?
It is starting to fill up. Yes, it is starting to fill up big time.
Well, there's a lot of Spanish people around here. And all the people that are here legally, they do not like illegals. They don't.
Well, you know why?
Because they're taking their jobs too.
And it's not fair to them. I mean, the liberals were talking about amnesty, right? These people that are here legally, they had to work on that and become an American citizen.
Spent a lot of money.
Yeah.
Waited over a decade.
This guy was working with Julio. He was from the Dominican. Do you know how long it took him to get here?
How long?
11 years.
That's what I'm saying. Decades.
He's like, I waited 11 years to get here. He goes, people are crossing the border and taking jobs from me and my kids. I go, thank you. Thank you so much for saying that.
It's just not fair. I mean, it isn't.
No. And everyone's like, well, they have a right to come here. They're just looking for a better life. Too bad.
So is the rest of the world.
Fix your country.
We got laws.
Fix the country you live in.
You know what? You're exactly right. I love that. Fix your country and build your country up. Why do they want to come here? I mean, you guys.
Why come here? Mimic us. You know what I mean?
Well, if they do
be
come
a little America south of the border.
Yeah, well, if they do come here, though, Jimmy, they should love our country and they should assimilate to our ways.
Which they don't. By the mere fact that they refuse to speak English is they don't assimilate.
Yeah.
Hey, do you guys know, Paul or Jimmy, do you guys know that if you become a American citizen, do they require you to learn English? I don't know that. Do you guys know that?
I don't think so.
Not since Obama's been in.
I don't think
when
you have
take
to
the oath now, you can do it in your own language.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, see, that's just...
Actually, my
they didn't change the law, they just changed the procedure.
My grandmother came over, like 1910 or whatever, and she could barely speak English. When I was alive, she could barely speak English. So maybe, I don't know, maybe that's been that way for a while. But I know you used to have to be able to read and write English to get a driver's license.
Oh, really?
But not to become a citizen, I don't believe. I don't think you ever had to.
No, but you did have to recite things in English. You know what I mean? Like the Pledge of Allegiance.
Yeah, they teach you how to say that.
Right.
And you say it in your broken accent and whatever.
Exactly.
As long as you can get the word somewhat out.
Right. Well, at least they knew, the Pledge of Allegiance.
But my grandmother came over here at the turn of the century or whatever, the last century, and in the 80s she could barely speak English, Jim.
Well, Paul, how did your grandmother, though? She probably loved this country, though, didn't she?
Oh, God, yeah. Oh, yeah. My grandfather actually changed our family name. It used to be Danieli, but he changed it to Daniels to be more American.
Really?
It turns out he's more Jewish.
Well, see, that's what we want. We want people to come here to love our country, you guys. Yeah. We're gonna talk about Jerusalem too. That's coming up too, you guys. We ain't got there yet. But you guys, let's just go on to the next story. Donald Trump is considering about, I don't know if you guys have heard this or not, but we have a U.S. embassy in Israel right now. It's in Tel Aviv.
Yes.
But Donald Trump is considering moving this U.S. embassy of ours to Jerusalem.
Yes.
And you guys, I don't know if you knew this, but this was actually supposed to happen back in 1999. There was some kind of provision in the law that allowed the presidents to sign a waiver every 6 months in the name of national security. Now, every president has signed this waiver since. Even President Trump signed the waiver back in June. And you guys, I didn't know about Jerusalem. But half of the eastern part of the city is actually Palestinian territory, and that's where we're starting to run into trouble at. All these Muslim countries, they're calling
they
it
both
crossing
want
the red
Jerusalem
line.
to be the capital of their own country, one Palestine and one Israel.
Well,
you guys have at it. You guys have at it. What do you think?
Tel Aviv is actually the capital of Israel.
It was when
it's
it took
the legal
it over.
capital.
They knew if they did Jerusalem at that time, there would have been a constant battle.
Right. They would have never had any peace of any kind.
Any kind. But now that they've been there and they're settled, they want Jerusalem as the capital, which I don't blame them.
I don't blame them either. I really
If there's a way to split Jerusalem, I mean, that would be one of the, like East Berlin and West Berlin.
I was just going to say, it would be
going to
like
be
Berlin.
one of them.
Yeah.
Oh, since we're talking about that, do you guys, I support Israel. How do you guys, I mean, I don't.
Same here.
Same here. Yep.
Well, that's great. I'm glad to hear that, you guys. I really am. Because a lot of people in this country, some people, I won't say some people, they just don't support Israel. But it's very important for us to support that country, you guys. Very important.
Well, that's because they're instilled in their head that Jews make money and don't share it.
Do you know what it is? If you had a history of the last 5,000 years of being enslaved or sent to concentration camps, you would do well and you would take care of your own. And that's what they do.
Right.
Because
like
they've seen
society forced them to.
They've seen everything taken away from them again and again and again, and they don't want it to happen no more. So yeah, they protect themselves. They should. They have a horrible history.
Oh, they've been persecuted, like you said, for thousands of years. Thank you for bringing that up. That's a good point, you guys. And like I said, here in a couple weeks, Jimmy, I am going to bring a minister on here, and we're going to talk more about Israel. His name is Lester. I'll tell you his first name. I won't tell you his last name, but we're going to really talk about Israel, and I think it's important, you guys. I really think it's important.
On that show, nothing personal. I'm not a religious person in any way.
No, it won't be nothing religious. He's not going to get there and preach.
I'm an atheist, brother.
Oh, you are?
Oh,
okay.
God,
He's not a practicing atheist.
No, I mean, I want people to practice their religions. I don't care about a manger in the town square. I don't give a crap about any of that. I want people to practice what they believe in. I just don't want people to bust my chops because I don't believe.
I'm not going to bust your chops. I mean, I just became a Christian. I just got saved myself, and everybody. That's what makes America great, because we've got a right to believe in whatever we want to believe in this great country. And one thing I don't like, though, I don't like this Satanist crap that's going on. I don't like that.
That's what I mean. When he said he was an atheist, that's what I thought you might think he would be.
No. Because, all right, here's an example, real quick. The 10 Commandments, right?
Right.
There's not a bad one in there. They're all good rules to live by.
Well, actually, we don't even need any laws. If we could just go by the 10 Commandments, we wouldn't need a legislative branch of this government, you guys.
Exactly. It'd be that simple. It'd be like getting the tax form down to a postcard size.
Yeah.
They had it right then, didn't they? They had it right back when that 10 Commandments was written. They had it right then, you guys.
Exactly.
Yeah, and
common courtesy and respect.
Right. And Satanism is bad. It's a bad way to live. So why would you want to live in a society like that? Nothing good's going to come out of it.
No, a lot of.
I would just assume people didn't believe in anything.
Over nothing.
Yeah, I don't want human sacrifices. I don't want friggin' goat sacrifices. You know what I mean?
Exactly, over a stupid religion.
Yeah, over a stupid religion. Exactly.
Well, I'm trying to learn, you guys, and I'm not going to down you guys. I mean, anybody, to me, they can believe in what they want to. I just now became a Christian, and I'm still having a hard time trying not to cuss and stuff. It's hard, you guys. It takes time. It does. I mean, I can't down anybody. I mean, you guys can cuss all you want.
I don't know if he did. I haven't even been paying attention.
No, I haven't been. No, I haven't been.
I don't even know if
I did chop myself off in mid-sentence twice, though. I've been counting.
No, I do know that these churches and stuff, I think Donald Trump changed it. I think the churches are all tax exempt. Now, I think even these devil worshiping churches got this tax exempt status. I'm not sure, but if they do, I don't think they should.
I don't think anyone should get tax exempt status. If I gotta pay taxes, I think all churches should have to pay. You can give them a discount maybe, but they should have to pay something.
Well, it should be how much they give to charity. Is that how much taxes they pay? It should be a scale. You know what I'm saying? If they're only going to give $100,000 a year, then they're going to pay a lot of taxes. If they're going to give millions a year, then they don't have to pay as much taxes. It goes to the same place. The poor.
It'd be easy just to. No, it doesn't. It goes.
Really? It depends on what church. Now, you guys.
The majority of the churches do it for the poor.
I was raised as a Catholic, all right? You can't tell me all that money that's going into them collection plates is going to charity. It's going to the Vatican.
No, it pays for the rectory, it pays for the priest, and all the other things.
It goes to the Vatican.
Whatever's left over does. Of course they do.
And they're filthy rich.
Well, the small churches, guys, the real small churches, I mean, they got to pay the electric bills and
that's what I'm saying.
Like
a lot of them did barely get by.
I understand that, but you know what?
The big ones in big cities, those are the ones that make big money.
But the thing is, right? They're out there preaching from the pulpit and stuff, right? They want to put their shirt in the game. They should have to put some money into the game too. I have to pay taxes for property I own. They should have to pay taxes for property they own.
Like I said, it all depends on how much of the money they give up. You know what I mean? As to how much they pay taxes.
Since we're talking about that, you guys, now I'll tell you a rich preacher. That's Joel Osteen. Now, what do you guys think about what he did during those floods? He wouldn't open that church up. What do you guys think about that?
Well, he said he did it because the building was unsafe.
No, because the road was flooded and they couldn't get in.
Either way,
that's a story I read.
Well, either way, it's you don't bring people into a building that's either unsafe or
Right.
you can't get into because of flooding.
I cannot stand any of them televangelists.
Me neither.
Because they're all thieves. They're all thieves. Swaggart, the whole group of them.
I never liked it from way back then.
That's funny
I know
you
what
brought up
mean.
Jimmy Swaggart, Paul, because when I was a kid, I used to listen to him on there, and it came up. You remember that whole big deal? He come up, they caught him with a dress on, and he said I had sinned. I kind of lost out of it when Jimmy Swaggart. That hurt me back in those days, you guys.
Didn't he get caught with a prostitute too?
Something like that.
Yeah, and then he goes on TV crying, "I have sinned before you."
Yes. I don't really. Now Jimmy Swaggart, no. That stuff. I know a lot of people are still listening to him, but no, he's. I don't like that guy. I can't say I hate him. I just don't like him.
What's the other guy there? The little dude that wears the white suit all the time and heals everyone with his hand.
Oh, I can't think of his name. Benny Hinn.
I love that guy. He is such a friggin' fraud. Benny Hinn. Hinn. He is the biggest fraud on the planet. He's like every psychic. He's just filthy. He's so blatantly dishonest.
Well, you guys, I do believe in the power of prayer, and Jimmy or Paul, I respect your you being an atheist. I respect that and everything, but I do believe in the power of prayer, and I'm not.
Who are you praying to? That's my.
No, do you know what that is?
With religion is
do you know what the power of prayer is? And it's the positive thinking.
No, they say you pray to a God, but what's God and who is God or whatever.
Well, I don't want to get into the philosophical end of it, but I'm just saying.
Well, that's where I lose religion.
Basically, the power of prayer is positive thinking.
Yeah.
It is. Positive thinking is a healing thing. If you really you give off endorphins and stuff like that when you believe in something or you just feel good about yourself.
That was medicine way back when.
Yeah, I believe in the power of prayer because it's the same thing as feeling positive. It works. People that like themselves do better in life.
Oh, that's.
They just do.
Like I said, misery likes company, and
exactly. Do you know what? That's a beautiful point, Jimmy. Misery likes company, and
I've heard that. I've heard that before.
And positive thinking makes you excel because you can do it yourself. You don't need anybody else.
Right.
I don't know, you guys. I get comfort from it. I'm not going to sit here and we won't get into that. But let's move on. You guys ready to move on?
Sure.
Let's get off. Well, anyway, you guys, a new story came out December 3rd that the United States they sent this big all these fighter jets over to South Korea. You guys, now North Korea is a big topic of mine. I guess we're getting ready to prepare for a potential war with North Korea. You guys, This worries me, you guys.
Doesn't me?
No, not at all.
I'm not worried at all.
So what worries me is if you're going to get a nuclear weapon over here somewhere.
Well, that's what I mean. What if North Korea does?
No, I think we can blow them out of the sky.
Look, if they launch a missile, right, we're watching them from orbit. The second that missile lights and they see the flame from it, we're launching something. The thing's never even going to get into the upper atmosphere.
So you think we can knock it down?
Oh yeah,
oh, God, yeah, we can.
They've already.
I don't think it. We know. I know we.
Yeah,
can.
we've already proved it.
We can knock satellites out of the sky with our missiles.
So do you guys don't think Russia or China would get involved in this if we invaded North Korea?
No, we're not going to invade North Korea. China is going to stomp on them.
I hope that happens.
North Korea is bad for business for them. And China wants to be an economic powerhouse. They are the bastard stepchild. And they need to take care of them, and they will, believe me. If they see their economic future in danger, they will crush North Korea. They'll put in a puppet that'll report directly to Beijing, and I'll be fine with that.
Well, can I ask you guys something while I got you on here? You guys know that the people of North Korea. Now, I don't have beef with the people, but why did these people have to live under a dictatorship? Why don't they do what we did back in our Revolutionary War?
I don't
why
get
don't
it
they stand
either.
up? Why don't they stand up and fight? Come on, you guys, answer
I'll
me.
tell you why. I'll answer it easily. Because during the Revolutionary War, we had guns. We could fight back. They don't have any guns.
You know what? I forgot. You're right.
What are they supposed to do? Fight with? Yeah. What are they supposed to do? Fight with sticks?
You know that's
they'd be crushed.
Is that why they want to take our guns, you guys? Is that why?
Exactly.
Is that why?
So they can have a regime like that. That's eventually what the Democrats want to do.
What's the first thing any dictatorship does to its people? First thing.
Well, they disarm them.
It disarms them.
Oh, right. You guys brought up a good topic, man. You guys brought up a great topic. Let's keep talking about this, you guys. Come on, Paul. Come on, let's go, brother.
Sure.
You're right. I never did think about that. You know, I always thought about why didn't the North Koreans stand up? But you're right. I didn't think about that. That then citizens don't have weapons. I didn't even think about that, man.
Yeah, it's suicide if they fight back.
Well, let me put it to you this way. Why do you think 6 million Jews got into cattle cars? Well, everyone says, why didn't they fight back? With what? The German people had been disarmed.
Oh my God, that's a good point. That's a good point, Paul. That is a good point.
You either get shot for not getting into the car, or you go to Auschwitz and take your chances.
Yeah, well, you might be the one guy that'll survive from the gas chamber.
I might be the one out of 100.
Oh man, I didn't ever think about it that way, you guys. But Hitler did. He disarmed everybody. I mean, he did the nation, and that's what dictators do. I never did think of it that way, but that's what happens. And we better not let them take our Second Amendment right away. That's why it's so important. You guys, I feel here's what.
Can you imagine if Hillary got in? That would be well on its way of confiscating guns. At least all assault rifles so far.
Do you think there would have been a civil war by now, Jimmy?
There would be.
Not by now. It would have taken at least 2 or 3 years for it.
Another 8 years of Hillary? Oh yeah, it definitely would have been a revolution.
Oh my God, you guys! I'm gonna tell you something about our Constitution right now, and I said it in a video earlier today. Our Constitution, you guys, it's like a big rock, okay? And there's like all kinds of people around this big rock with a hammer in their hand and little chisels. You guys, I'm telling you, if we, the patriots of this country, the people who love this country, if we don't stop these guys, these liberals and stuff from doing what they're doing and destroying our Constitution, we're just as guilty as these creeps are. We're just as guilty as them if we don't stand up and stop it, you guys.
Well, Einstein said that we would not fall from, people doing stuff to us. It would be the people that sat by and let them do it to us. That would destroy this country.
I've never heard that one, but that sounds pretty, that sounds pretty accurate. But I just thinking about that today. If we don't stand up, and like I've said before, and Paul, I don't know if you heard me, but I talked about silence is consent. I got that from one of my friends, but if you just stand back and you sit idly by, which you guys don't seem like you'd sit back and not say nothing, but that would be like me, Paul, taking your donut, and if you didn't say nothing to me, you're basically giving me consent to eat your donut, brother.
That's right, yep. But everyone says, can you win against the government? And my answer to that is, I win every time I say no.
That's a good point. We should say no. And that's, what, Donald Trump, that's what the Republican Party is about. Small government. The Democratic Party, they want total control. And if people want the government in their life, that's why I don't understand why these liberals, these people even vote for Democrats. Why do they want the government involved in every step of their life? That's communism, brother.
I think it's because they think that... It's hard for me to explain. It's almost like you feel safe because mom and dad are still taking care of you. Right. You know what I mean? They just don't feel comfortable with being able to make their own decisions because they don't feel capable of making them.
Oh man! Well, you guys, I'm sure you guys have both heard about Robert Mueller. Have you heard about this? He's that special investigator into this Russian collusion thing. Now, have you guys heard about it?
Oh God, yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, he's trying to bring up these criminal charges on our president now, but I don't know if you guys knew this, but to bring criminal charges up against a sitting president, there's nowhere in the Constitution, you guys, you cannot charge a sitting president with a criminal charge. It's not nowhere they can't do it. He can actually pardon himself. Did you guys know that?
Do you know what? Me and my brother Mike were debating that if he could do that. He could, and I was like, I don't think he can do that. Right? Because why didn't Nixon do it?
Right.
Well, yeah, Gerald Ford do it.
Well, Gerald Ford did do it, but you got to think he did it after Nixon stepped down, right? But they've talked about it and stuff. These scholars have, and they've discussed it. But it's nowhere in the Constitution, you guys. They cannot charge a sitting president with a crime. It's impossible. But what I'm telling you, what Robert Mueller's doing, I'm gonna tell you exactly what he's doing. He's hoping that he gets in 2018, and that's why this election is so important next year. That the House and the Senate gets full of liberals, and that way they can start an impeachment process against our president. Yep. That's the only reason he's keeping this narrative going, you guys.
Well, an impeachment is an indictment. That's what an impeachment is.
Well, it's not like a criminal charge, though.
Right, but it's an indictment. It's like being indicted by a grand jury. It's not that you've been proven guilty of anything. It's an indictment. Then the process moves on.
Right.
And either the president has to leave, or Bill Clinton was impeached. He didn't have to leave office.
He never left, though, did he? He never left there.
Nope.
I think he got impeached after he got out of office.
No, it was during
his presidency.
Well, how come he didn't leave?
Because he didn't have to leave office. He was impeached. It's like a censorship.
I wrote that.
It's like being censored.
Guys, I forgot what I can't.
Oh, Mueller.
Anyway, you guys, this whole Mueller investigation, do you guys know what this has cost the American people so far, the taxpayers?
$7 million.
Almost $7 million. I'll tell you guys, that it's just a big waste of freaking money. It's all waste, you guys. There is no smoking gun. There is no smoking gun, you guys.
It's a witch hunt, and believe me, we know witch hunts.
Listen, Chris Hahn, the Democrat today, was talking about how they get the nooses getting tighter. They're getting it's getting closer and closer. They're gonna get to Trump.
Dershowitz, Alan Dershowitz, who's a liberal.
Right.
He said there is nothing. He said this is ridiculous.
Right, there is no collusion.
He said even if he colluded, it's not illegal.
Right.
He said he has the right to do what he wants. He was president-elect at the time. He has the right to contact any foreign government he wants.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you. And that's right. But I'm telling you guys, everybody out there listening, look into that. I'm serious. Look into that about a president being brought up for criminal trials. I mean, look on criminal, anything criminal. Look that up, you guys, and we'll move on to the next story. Ready?
Good.
All right, Walmart. I didn't know if you guys knew this, but Walmart was busted, you guys, for selling Antifa clothing online. You guys, I mean, I'm serious.
Yes.
You can go to
Heard about this.
Oh, really? They actually advertised it?
It was online, and they were selling clothes like hoodies and stuff that said Antifa. The bad thing is, Antifa, they have been declared a domestic terrorist group. But you can't go to a Walmart store right now, today, in this country, and you cannot find a poster of your president. You cannot find a shirt with your president's picture on it. I think something's wrong with Walmart.
Do they even sell flags anymore?
You can't buy a Confederate flag shirt there, or
No.
get a cake decorated with the Confederate flag there, right?
You're absolutely right.
But you can get one decorated with the ISIS flag.
Yes, you're exactly right, and I think that's so wrong, you guys. It's just wrong in so many ways. I don't know what's happened to Walmart. You guys care to talk about it?
Absolutely. The old man, who started Walton?
Walton. I think his name's Walton or something.
Walton, yeah. He was a real conservative guy.
Right.
His kids are complete liberal lunatics. All
Really?
they care about is money and being invited to the cool parties, because it's only Democrats, obviously, that throw cool parties.
Yeah, the Soroses.
Yeah, that's the world they want to live in. They want to meet Hollywood celebrities and Nancy Pelosi, God knows why.
Pocahontas.
Yeah. Oh, she was here the other night. She was here in Salem.
Oh, really? Hey, you guys, now listen, though. When it comes to Roy Moore, I'm sure you guys have heard of Roy Moore from Alabama.
Oh, God, yeah.
Now, I got one thing to say, you guys. One thing. Let the people of Alabama decide who they want for their senator. I'm tired of Washington getting involved with Alabama's business.
You know, the guy, he may have been, predilection to young girls at the time, but he didn't commit no crime. He never had sex with any of them.
Allegations,
yes,
guys.
They're giving him bullshit for, what I say, flirting. You know what I mean? He got to, first, second base? He tried to go up at third, and she got uncomfortable. Well, the guy's got restraint.
Well, why did these women wait all these years? I mean, he's a judge right now.
Exactly.
Why?
Because
they're blaming because they had kids and they were scared they're going to lose this.
Oh, come on.
Just making up
I'll
shit.
tell you why it happened. Because somebody went to them and said, hey, you want your 15 minutes of fame?
Right.
And they said, yes, I want my 15 minutes of fame.
Well, we don't need a Democratic senator coming out of Alabama. We need Roy Moore there, you guys.
Well, so far, all the stories I've heard from the people that are claiming it, a lot of them been debunked.
That's
you know what I mean? So, like I said, it's just bullshit.
The
yearbook for number one. The other one
Gloria Allred won't turn it over.
The other one that said she drove him around back. We were next to the dumpsters. The dumpsters weren't around back. They were next to the building. It's just bullshit testimony.
Since we brought that up, you guys, what is up with all these sexual harassment charges lately? I mean, even Hollywood, you guys. I've got a list of people
That's what started this. Weinstein.
You know what?
Yes, Harvey Weinstein.
I'm going to tell you something. I said this a couple years ago. I go, the liberals are running out of things to attack, right? Eventually, they're going to start cannibalizing each other because they've got nothing left.
I like that.
Guess what? It started. They're eating their own, and it's beautiful to watch.
Yeah, Carter's retired today.
I didn't hear about
they're eating their own.
Oh, yeah, the old fogey, he put in his plate. He's done.
Well, you guys, Dustin Hoffman's been claimed for having sexual harassment.
I know.
Kevin Spacey, Louis C.K., you know the comedian?
Yeah, Louis C.K., yeah.
Andy Dick, Richard Dreyfuss. I mean, what's going on here?
Are you surprised about Andy Dick?
No, I'm not surprised with him.
The guy's a nut.
He is a nut, but Richard Dreyfuss, you guys, the guys from Jaws? Come on.
Yeah, Hoopa?
Yeah, or
no, not Hoopa.
Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Yeah,
Dreyfuss.
This means something.
What is this? Is this the year of sexual harassment charges, you guys? 2017?
Yes. Well, like I said, with the sexual harassment, a lot of them, like I said, pinching, groping. It sounds to me like flirting or getting to first base, second base, and third base. That's what they called it back then. Now, all of a sudden, it's a sexual assault?
Well, you know what I don't like about it is people are losing their jobs with no conviction, no nothing.
Yes.
It's just on the assumption.
And they're running a good man's name. They're destroying a good man's name, and that's against the law to do in this country. It's called defamation.
Defamation of character.
And I haven't seen one that they won a defamation of character, and I can't remember one.
Actually, it's called slander.
Yeah, defamation and slander.
Slander, yes, you're right. You guys are absolutely right.
Slander is when it's spoken. Libel is when it's put in print.
Well, I just don't like these allegations. Allegations is something somebody says, and it's stuff's got to stop, man. But anyway, you guys, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about cancer tonight. Now, I'm not asking anybody. I'm not trying to get any sympathy from anybody, any pity. But I am a cancer survivor, you guys, if you didn't know that. And but my heart goes out to all these little children that's suffering from cancer right now, or anybody that's suffering from any kind of disease. And me and Jimmy we was talking about this earlier. Everything okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, I was just going to tell you my little story, my little episode when I found out that I got cancer, you guys. But I had this knot come up on the left side of my neck. So I go to the doctor when it's like the size of a penny, and he gives me some penicillin, Paul. And I come home, and I didn't think anything about it. 8 months later, this sucker turned into the size of a grapefruit inside of my neck, okay? So I go to the hospital, and they do an MRI, and they give me a referral slip. So I didn't even look at the referral slip. I kind of glanced at it. My wife had it in her hand, and I thought that the referral slip said gynecologist because I didn't look at it. And I told my wife, I said, why in the heck are they sending me to a gynecologist, Linda? That's my wife's name, and she said, Donald, they're not sending you to a gynecologist. It says oncologist. You guys, I didn't even know what an oncologist was. And it scared the crap out of me, you guys. It really did. It was inoperable. I thought I was going to die. I survived it. But my pity goes out to all the little children out there suffering from this disease. And like me and Jimmy said, here's something I want Paul and Jimmy, both you guys, I want you guys to talk about this for a minute. These pharmaceutical companies, these big pharmaceutical companies, okay? Now, you guys think that they would they rather put out these treatments for cancer, or would it be more or would they make less money for coming up for a cure? I mean, you gotta just know what I'm saying, right?
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah, I trust the pharmaceutical companies as much as I trust Hillary Clinton.
Do you think there's a cure? Do you think there's a cure for cancer?
A definitive cure for, like, any cancer? No, but there's cures for certain types of cancer.
Yeah.
But, you know, everybody
they're getting closer by making cells that will attack cancer rather than chemotherapy where you burn it.
No, that's radiation. Chemotherapy is with poison.
Either
poison,
or. Yeah, you get one they have that will attack it.
Well, Jimmy, what was you saying earlier about, you was telling me something earlier there about
Professor Douglas, back in the 80s, we had a professor from Tufts University out here in Medford, Mass. And he was a biologist, and he got arrested for killing a prostitute. And anyways, he did a study in Africa. He found this group of Africans that never had leukemia. So he was checking all their food supply and came across a root that they would be eating. And there was a definite cure for cancer. He says he brought it to the pharmaceuticals, and they bought the patent, and then they stamped on it.
Yeah,
and then, we're making more money slashing and burning.
And then they made up a story about him killing a prostitute, obviously.
No, I mean,
he really did that?
Yeah.
He did do that? Yeah. Oh, jeez. I thought they framed him for it.
No.
Oh, so he was an asshole.
Never found the body.
Never had to pay for the prostitute.
But they found a hammer with brains on it.
So do you guys think, both you, Paul and Jimmy, now, you say you're a pharmaceutical company, you're sitting there, you got the cure in your left hand, or you got the treatments in the right hand. Do you think that these guys say, well, I think
they should crucify these people for going for money instead of humanity.
It is. It's all about money.
They ought to be crucified, hung, like Mussolini, hung by his balls.
Look, it's not just the pharmaceutical companies anymore. It's the doctors, too. Look at all the medications that they're prescribing to people that don't need it.
The opioid crisis.
How many people are on medication for ADHD and all these things that never existed until about 20 years ago?
You never heard about that when I was a kid. I never heard about that stuff when I was growing up.
They used to call us hyper. Yeah. That was their name for it.
Yeah, hyper or daydreamer. Daydreamer. He was daydreaming.
Or a brat.
Yeah, just a
They just gave you different names, but the symptoms were there.
Yeah.
Well, do you guys, now, I know we're getting short of time here. We got about 9 minutes left, but I want to get something out, you guys. This country, to me, and not everybody out there, but I think we have sissified our children in this country today, you guys.
Oh, my God. We've turned them into fucking jellyfish. And there I go. I finally swore.
Well, you know what? I am not going to censor you, brother. It's I ain't cussing. You can cuss, but anyway, you guys, we grew up in the 70s. I grew up in the 70s and 80s. I don't think these kids today, I don't think they could survive back when I grew up. Paul, Timmy, sometimes we didn't even have a home phone when I was little. I remember before there was a cable company that came, before they even
we were the first
line.
to have it in Woburn. That's where it started.
Lawrence, too. Lawrence was one of the test.
And microwaves. Did you guys have microwaves back when you was a kid?
My parents were always the people that wanted to buy the latest thing. So we always had a microwave oven.
We could.
The only thing was cable. Didn't come to the town I lived in until late.
What about a VCR? Did you guys get a VCR when they first came out?
My dad bought one almost as soon as they came out.
See, we didn't get stuff like that.
Yep. Color TV.
I'm like Jimmy.
My mother and father, first TV is her daughter got married and her husband worked at a TV factory and donated, he bought us one for Christmas. That was my first TV set back in the early 60s.
Well, Jimmy, you sound like a lot like me. We didn't have one of those things growing up. Hey,
it's Jimmy's phone.
Marie.
It's Maria. She'll be coming on later today.
I'm live on the show.
Yeah.
You're live on the show.
We gotta go.
Well, Jimmy, can I get off?
I'll be up there in a few minutes.
Can I get off a few of my patriotic quotes and a few shout-outs?
Absolutely.
We still got 7 minutes.
All right, you guys. I got 5 patriotic quotes, and you guys can tell me if you like them or not. And I got a few shout-outs, and you guys can close the show out. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
All right. Number 1, you guys. I love patriotic quotes. I'm a patriotic guy. I love my country. Okay, I can't help it. But anyway, the true soldier fights not because he hates what is in front of him, but because he loves what is behind him. I think that was pretty cool, man. I like
that's a good one.
That's a good one.
All right, here's another one. Patriotism is supporting your country all the time and your government when it deserves it. What do you think about that one?
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
All right, number 3. My dream is of a place and a time where America will once again be seen as the last best hope of Earth. That was written by Abraham Lincoln, you guys. And
that's a good one.
Number 4. The tree of liberty must be refreshed from time to time with the blood of patriots and tyrants. Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah, I remember that.
Very wise man.
Yeah, I remember
Very
that
wise
quote.
man.
House. Last patriotic quote of the night. To survive in peace and harmony, united and strong, we must have one people, one nation, one flag. That was written by somebody named Pauline Hanson. I don't even know who the heck that is.
Me neither, but I like it.
He was a patriot.
Now, I got a couple shout-outs, you guys. I want to give a couple shout-outs. And like I said, Jimmy, next week I'm going to bring my friend Les on here. If you tell me how to download the program and everything. He is a preacher, but he's not going to be preaching. He's just going to be telling you guys. We're going to talk about why we should support Israel. He's a good guy. He's a veteran. Very, very good guy, you guys. But anyway, I want to give a big shout out tonight to a man that I met. His name is Chad Lipscomb. Him and his wife, they've really helped me out here in this last week. A lady named Patty Riviera. And a guy named Dave Coots and his wife, really good people. I really look up to him. And Les Skymo. And you guys, I want to thank everybody out there that's been listening to the show tonight. I love doing this. I enjoy doing this. And that's about all I got to say. And God bless you, and God bless everybody out there listening tonight.
We still got 4 minutes here, buddy.
We can keep going if you want to.
Yeah.
Only because it'd be easier than trying to switch everything around.
Yeah, I'll play some music for 3 minutes.
Exactly.
Well, I'll tell you guys one thing. I'm the type of guy, I do not get into conspiracy theories, you guys. I don't like conspiracy theories.
I don't either.
Yeah, I'm not a conspiracy guy either.
I don't like drama. I don't like all the he said, she said crap. I'm just not into it, you guys. I'm not into it. And,
you're not a Jesse Ventura fan?
Well, I liked him. I kind of liked him when he was governor or a wrestler.
Yeah, he's a conspiracy theory nut now.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is going around, and I think he went crazy. I think all the wrestling, something went to his head.
Yeah, he had one too many concussions for sure.
All right, let's talk about the Supreme Court justices then. It's a lifetime job, you guys. Look at that Ruth Ginsburg. Do you think she's able to make the right decisions at her age? It's a lifetime job, for Christ's sake.
She can't stay awake.
I'll guarantee you she's in there with the depends on.
Yeah, well, she's feeble.
I mean, you could be on your deathbed and be a Supreme Court justice. Guys, come on. There's got to be a time limit. Come on.
Yeah.
Time limit or at least a psychiatric fucking evaluation. Yeah,
I agree with that. Yeah. She can't even stay awake. How can you make judgments on things when, people are talking, discussing their point of view, and you're sleeping?
And they're making very important decisions for our country, you guys. You guys got to think about it. It's not picking on the old, but there comes a time when you have to stand down. You have to.
Yeah.
They heard oral arguments today for the cake thing there, the gay cake, the gay wedding.
Yeah.
They heard it today. I don't know what the outcome is.
I ain't heard nothing about it, but like I think Paul was saying earlier that Walmart wouldn't even make like these certain cakes and stuff, man.
Yeah. Do you know what? I'd love to see a gay couple go to a Muslim bakery. And say, make me a gay cake.
They went to a Christian baker just to so that they could sue him.
Yeah, they purposely sought him out to do it, to screw with this guy's life. And they should be ashamed of themselves, but they're not.
Like I said, if I went to a place and they told me they wouldn't bake a cake because I'm a Republican, I wouldn't be suing the guy. I'd go find a place that would make one.
Yeah, I don't want them to make me a cake if they don't like
I'd be afraid he'd put something in it.
They're going to
exactly. That's why they sought him out, because they were looking to sue him. And
they didn't want the cake.
And I bet you, no, they didn't get the cake. Otherwise,
they didn't want it in the first place.
No, I know. It was never about a cake. According to the gay couple.
Yeah, no, it was about your fucking.
It was about discriminating against us.
Yeah.
Well, you guys last week I did talk about like technology and robots taking job. You guys know I did read an article. It was a breaking article. It actually said that it talked about robots, and the robots could replace nearly a third of the U.S. workforce by 2030. You guys, a third.
Don't doubt it.
I don't doubt that at all.
We're running late here. We're going to have to wrap it up.
Oh, okay. Hey, Dawn, you got to do a show with us some night.
Oh, I will. Anytime.
Thursday.
Just write me, Jimmy. Write me, okay?
Got it. You got it. Now, and I had a blast tonight. This was great.
Well, thank you guys for coming on here helping me, and I don't have nothing against you because you're an atheist, brother. I don't. That's up to you, okay? I do believe in God, you guys, and I want to wish you guys both. I want to say God bless you to you guys, and God bless everybody out there listening to this show. And I want to thank Joe Rocks. Most of all, I want to thank Joe Rocks for giving me this opportunity every week to come on here and talk about things. Thank you, Joe Rocks.
Hey, and may your God walk with me, Joe. Donnie.
Well, he will. He's walking with me every day, brother. And
all right, we're out.
See you.